Hello and welcome to Consumer Tips. My name is Roman and today we're looking at Asus ZenBook Flip. And despite all this beauty and functionality, I actually was kind of disappointed with two things about this laptop that really killed the entire experience. And with this video, I want to warn any buyers who are buying this laptop for day-to-day use. And if you're curious about the Xbox lineup on my table here, it's there for a reason, because I have an ongoing Xbox Series X giveaway. Make sure to check my channel for the details. Now let's go back to the ZenBook Flip. On the first side, this is an awesome laptop. It's encased in a full aluminum body, has a very ergonomic design. It's a slim model. That's how it compares to my finger right there. And on top of that, it has this exclusive and very unique look to it when you open it. Under the hood, it also comes in a number of different variations, and depending on your budget, can fit most of the purposes out there of a 2020 laptop. The main reason why I selected this specific model for myself is the portability, the horsepower under the hood, and the flip monitor that can be used as a tab, especially if you're using it for business. The constant fingerprints on the metal surface is not that much of an issue compared to what I'm gonna show you now. Even though it's very annoying. Just look at that. Just touched it a couple of times and it's full of fingerprints. And I just washed my hands. These fingerprints are also hard to remove. But that's not why we're here. The most annoying issue number one. The most annoying issue number one is how you open it. It's practically impossible to open it, you see? And if you hold it, that's a completely different story. It's kind of like, it has a nice hinge. It's tight, but to open it, it's impossible to do it like you do, for example, with MacBook. See how hard it is? And it just keeps jumping. So it's pretty hard to open it. That's the main issue why I am getting rid of this laptop. Once open, you'll see that it has a really beautiful keyboard. The overall surface is nice and has this metallic brush accent to it. And of course, in the center of it all, you have a screen instead of the touchpad, which really takes just a little time to get used to. And I personally think this is one of the best directions that laptops are taking in 2020. But even the hinge cannot compare to the issue I'm about to show you. And that issue is something to do with this thing, sound by Harman Kardon. Whenever you see this logo on something, you expect things to sound great. Well, it does, but very quietly, which I personally think is unacceptable for a laptop of this stature. Specifically, if you take this laptop for a mixed use for the business purposes and occasional watching of Netflix or Disney+.
This is the way.
Let me demo it for you. And for the sake of comparison, I'll compare it to my workhorse by Lenovo, which is T470S. This laptop is great and it's been with me for over 3 years now since it came out. Really no complaints about it. And to do the test, we'll use the sound meter. And since the speakers are located exactly in the same spot on both laptops, this one has it at the bottom, the Lenovo, right there. And the Asus has it in the same spot. We are good to proceed. I'll put the sound monitor right in the center. For the sake of test, I'll place the laptops in a flat position here so that you can see what I'm playing. It's the same video, and we'll proceed. I'll start with the Lenovo. It's at maximum, 100%. Let's play it. So now, even though the sound loudness is pretty much identical on both laptops, however, you can see the consistency of the sound is a lot better and it's smoother on the cheaper Lenovo speakers compared to the more premium Harman Kardon speakers on the Asus. The Asus speakers seem to be concentrating on the vocals, the speech and the bass, while the rest of the music sound kind of muted, I would say, which makes it less pleasant, especially when you're watching videos in any position of the laptop. Now, speaking of the positions, let me show you another thing. Since the speakers are located closer to the bottom of the laptop, what happens is when you watch the movies in your bed, you would normally put it like this. And if you don't watch movies in the bed, then this issue doesn't apply to you, but I do, so does my wife. And one of the main issues that we found is that the speakers located too low and too close to the bottom. So every time you place it on the blanket, they immediately drown in it. And despite already bad position for the speakers being there at the bottom to produce the sound and being blocked by the screen itself, the blanket adds additional sound insulation, which in result makes it sound even worse. Some of you may say that I should have checked the settings for the audio, and of course I did. This is actually the best I could set it up and make it sound somewhat decent, while on the Lenovo that you've been listening to a couple of minutes ago had a standard setting straight out of the box, and I have never changed it in the past 3 years. So my verdict is, this laptop is great for work, for traveling, but if you're looking to multitask on it and to watch occasional movies and listen to music, through the speakers of course, then maybe you need to look at something else. Otherwise, this is a great machine, taking into account that you manage to open it every time you try to. If you liked the video and it was useful for you, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button below to make sure you don't miss any future videos. Plus, I constantly have a lot of giveaways on my channel, so it would be pity to miss one of them. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.